Hi, Benji here. A recent survey has found that 7 in 10 GPs in the UK are experiencing compassion fatigue, a state of emotional exhaustion that makes it harder to empathise with others. Which I think raises a challenging question: is compassion fatigue a privilege? Often described as the cost of caring, compassion fatigue is widely recognised as a real issue. However, some argue that it reflects privilege, as it implies the ability to step back or emotionally detach from suffering, a choice unavailable to people on the front lines of hardship and marginalisation. In this sense, compassion fatigue highlights a gap in agency. The ability to disengage is only available to those not directly impacted. Similar terms like allyship fatigue have, in my opinion, been justifiably criticised for centering the emotional needs of those with the capacity to engage in allyship work, leaving those most affected to carry the burden of challenging inequity and injustice. That said, compassion fatigue is also a natural response to prolonged exposure to trauma or injustice. For the GPs in this study, it stems from the relentless emotional demands of their work, made worse by systemic issues like understaffing. Similarly, inclusion advocates may feel fatigued not because they don't care, but because they care deeply and are overwhelmed by the scale of the problems they face. In my inclusion work with organisations, I hear this frustration echoed often. Many marginalised people describe experiencing advocacy fatigue at work due to a cycle where they are the only ones speaking up in systems that claim to care but fail to make meaningful change. These systems often place the heaviest burdens on those most affected, creating the illusion of progress while avoiding deeper systemic reform. Compassion fatigue is real, but it is understandable that it be perceived as a privilege when seen solely as an individual or interpersonal issue. There are certainly bad faith actors who misuse terms like compassion fatigue as an excuse not to engage, and this should be challenged. However, the larger and more valid conversation lies in examining the systems that push the hardest burdens on those already suffering, while avoiding making meaningful change. This discussion shouldn't focus on questioning whether individuals want to care, but on whether they exist in systems where compassion, care, and advocacy can exist sustainably. Hope that helps. Bye.